how did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions about it.
Is this real life? I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me. What's happening? You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers.
For a long time, the warning signs were ignored and brushed aside as if they did not matter. Awkward interviews were treated like jokes. Strange videos became internet memes, and difficult questions were quietly avoided. Many people chose not to look too closely. Now, with 50 Cent bringing the issue back into public view through his documentary, people are taking another look at what really happened. Old events are being reviewed, and voices that were once dismissed are being heard again. At the center of the discussion is Diddy, a powerful figure in the music world, and Justin Bieber, who entered that circle at a very young age. This story is not about online gossip. It focuses on power, pressure, and how the truth can stay hidden when influential people prefer silence.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this will be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, go get the front shot of it.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready. Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion. Yeah. So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
Justin Bieber's journey to fame was presented as a dream come true, the kind of story people love to celebrate. He was seen as a talented kid who made it big almost overnight. However, behind the stage lights and cheering fans, life was not as simple as it seemed. He was still very young while spending time in adult spaces filled with powerful figures. In many interviews and old videos, he appears surrounded by people whose status and connections seemed more important than protecting a teenager's boundaries. At the time, most viewers brushed it off as normal celebrity life instead of asking deeper questions. This is not about one awkward situation. It raises concerns about how the entertainment world often stays quiet. When young talent becomes a business asset, the real question is not about success, but responsibility and who should be held accountable.
You got people in the industry that's been saying for years, this man is having sex with underage. So now the federal government is looking at that like, yo, when is somebody going to come forward? We got this information, this alleged information, but nobody's willing to come forward. Then they go on and say, yo, Shakur Stewart mysteriously dead. Supposed to be a self-inflicted wound. Person that had everything going for him in their life. Kim Porter dead. Somebody's car gets blown up. This guy is walking around threatening other actors, people. Somebody got to get involved in it. If it ain't the state, let it be the feds. Somebody got to stop him. He lucky that God given him the opportunity to be stopped while he's alive, then have to go to hell and face that shit. He got a chance to repent now, change his life.
You mentioned minors, you know, and a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of like suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and you know, they're making.
For many years, 50 Cent made it clear that he was not part of Sean Diddy Combs' close circle. He seemed near enough to understand what was going on, but he chose not to fully involve himself. When he spoke out, most people brushed off his words as simple beef between artists. It was easier to label it as personal drama than to look deeper. Now that legal pressure is growing and the public is looking at things differently, those past statements are being heard in a new way. This does not mean every accusation is proven true, but it does change how the story is viewed. It shows that concerns can appear long before officials step in. The hard reality is that people often ignore alerts when they come from someone they dislike or want to dismiss. That leads to a bigger issue: how many signs were passed over because the messenger made others uncomfortable. In the music business, access to powerful figures can open doors quickly or quietly close them. Justin Bieber's closeness to that world reflects a wider system where success often depends on private connections instead of clear and fair opportunities.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also.
Got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Well, apparently not. Something, everything.
The real problem is not only about what may have taken place behind closed doors. It is about why responsibility seems to fall apart in systems where moving up depends on being close to powerful people. When success is tied to connections, boundaries can blur, and speaking up may seem risky instead of wise. In that kind of setting, power holds the control. The important question is who truly feels safe enough to refuse, and who faces consequences for standing their ground.
Believe the guy in the tape is white?
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger, you know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had to cheat with another man, did that catch you by surprise or no?
Well, all this shit is by surprise to me. A lot of this shit is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff, I knew Puff Daddy.
Long before Justin Bieber reached worldwide fame, Usher had already spoken about his own experience. As a teenager, he entered Diddy's circle and later shared that he faced pressure that felt far beyond his age. That part of his story is important, not as gossip, but as something that happened before. When similar situations appear years later with another young artist, it starts to look less like chance and more like a repeating cycle. Influence and trust seem to pass from one generation to the next, yet real change never seems to follow. If concerns were raised in the past, it leads to an uncomfortable question. Why did the system stay the same when another young performer stepped into that same powerful space?
Diddy, before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So, no, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. Because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story. But a lot of this stuff is crazy. But this is the world that we live in now, man. That these individuals thinks is all right. Bruh, when does it comes all right to be sitting there eating food off a naked woman? When did we start doing what they do? Let's keep it a buck. When did we start doing what they do? These guys is popping pills. They got Jay-Z dancing with a chick that's into.
As more attention focused on Diddy, several people who once supported him grew noticeably quiet. Their strong opinions seemed to turn into cautious silence. At the same time, 50 Cent spoke louder, pointing out what many in the industry already understood but rarely admitted. Calling out powerful figures can damage friendships and business ties, while keeping quiet often protects careers. For some, the choice is less about fear and more about strategy. In an environment where honesty can threaten someone's livelihood, staying silent may feel like the safest move. That reality raises a serious concern. If the system is designed to shield those at the top, can true responsibility ever take place?
If you change your mind, look at Lil Nas X. He fizzled out fast too.
So would you say someone like Justin Bieber is a victim? I just seen he is reportedly selling his whole catalog because he's broke.
Yeah. Yeah. And once he finishes getting that money, I don't understand why he's broke. He didn't have to be broke. Usher just wouldn't stop robbing him.
Damn.
I mean, Usher couldn't keep his hands out of his pocket. It's funny. He got him signed and turned over custody to Diddy. Boy was never the same, and neither was Usher's pockets, because Usher's been living off of Justin Bieber's money. He ain't been living off of his own. Because the truth is, Usher don't really make that kind of money. And I'm really just kind of sick and tired of Usher.
Yeah,
I'm really kind of disgusted with Usher Raymond, who does Greek wrestling nude with men over Frosted Flakes, allegedly. Like, I'm sick and tired of this guy who everyone knows got the Diddy bumps, who's been sued for passing them on and lost, is still sitting there disgracing women in front of their men who bought the tickets to like that whole skis.
He's causing a lot of divorce courts.
Yeah, but why? He don't even want them. He don't want them women. He's literally doing it just to destroy relationships.
Justin Bieber has never openly accused Diddy of any crime. However, when he talks honestly about his struggles with anxiety, emotional ups and downs, and feeling worn out, it adds depth to the conversation. He has shared how quickly he was pushed into worldwide fame while still very young. He was surrounded by adults with different goals and expectations, yet he did not always have the support or guidance needed to handle that level of pressure. Growing up in such an intense spotlight can take a heavy toll. His story does not offer simple conclusions, but it does show how challenging it can be to mature too fast in an environment that may not prioritize a young person's well-being.
A video of an interview of Justin Bieber, and he was talking about Billie Eilish, and he was broke, almost in tears. He's like, I just want to protect her. I just want to keep her safe.
Yeah.
What do you think he went through?
Because he knows what's been happening to Billie. Just like everybody knew what was happening to Millie Bobby Brown girl with Drake. These people are monsters.
It ain't real life. Just say real thing. Real life street stars. You know what time it is. Jermaine Dupri said something interesting. He said the reason that R&B isn't as powerful as it is anymore is because children are going to church.
Yeah.
What is it about the transfer from the spiritual to the secular do you believe that's what made R&B so powerful?
Understand this. Rhythm and blues was a combination of gospel and soul music. Because soul music has always been around in one form or another. It's just evolved throughout the years. And you got gospel, rhythm and blues. That's what put that together. That's why they made such a big stink about the Ray Charles incorporating gospel sounds into secular music. Because they wanted people to separate the two. This is demon, this is good. The truth is none of that's real. Right. There is no bad, there is no good. There is what is and there is what is not. And that's sad. But when you take the spirit that comes from that.
This situation is not about deciding guilt or innocence in a courtroom. It is about recognizing the effect certain environments can have on real people. Damage does not always come with shocking news or clear accusations. Sometimes it shows up years later through stress, unstable behavior, or emotional pain that was never fully addressed. When intense pressure and constant exposure are built into the system, the impact can grow quietly over time. There may not be one major incident to blame, yet the harm still exists. That leads to a difficult question. If the problem is rooted in the structure itself, why do we wait for one direct claim before admitting that something clearly went wrong?
Against Diddy to the grand jury and had to give up 8 videotapes to the feds that contained celebrities in these freak-offs with Diddy is now listing some of the names that he saw on these tapes. And this man said that he got these tapes from a very close friend of Kim Porter's, and these were Kim Porter's tapes that she was going to use against Diddy. And some of the names that he says are some that we have heard rumored over the years. years. He said he saw Justin Bieber on this tape and he appeared to be underage during this time. He also saw Usher on these tapes and Usher definitely appeared to be underage. And this one gave me the chills because we've heard that Usher is the one that sent Justin Bieber to Diddy. Courtney Burgess sat down with the Too Strong channel here on YouTube and started naming some of the celebrities that he saw on these tapes.
Were kids involved in these parties that you can verify from looking at the tapes?
If Justin Bieber was older than he's supposed to have been, yes. If Usher was older, well, Usher was definitely young.
Okay.
You understand? His shoulder part was, the blood was all in his bed. You understand? It looked like they came home from a event, a party or something.
Went on to explain how Danny Boy was also in one of these videos with Mary J. Blige and Diddy together. And Danny Boy admitted when he was 15 that Mary J. Blige flew him out to New York and he slept with her while he was underage.
9. When Diddy's case moved into federal court, the conversation changed. It was no longer just online opinions or social media debates. The focus shifted to official documents, witness statements, and legal steps that guide how a case is handled. Charges, decisions from judges, and possible appeals shaped what could be said with certainty. At the same time, attention grew around the larger organizations connected to the situation. Courts are built to judge actions based on the law, but they do not always address the wider culture behind those actions. There is a difference between what is legal and what is right. Even when a case reaches a final decision, it does not automatically fix deeper problems. When the file is closed, a harder question remains. Does responsibility end with the verdict, or is that only the beginning of a deeper examination?
Jay,
Danny Boy,
okay.
You know what Danny Boy is?
I heard that before. I don't, I've been so far away from hip hop, I forgot, but I have heard that name, Danny Boy.
Danny Boy back then, he looked like he was about 16. They both was about.
He also claimed that Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, were in these videos, and he also said that there was photographs and videos of Diddy eating off of young girls.
Pictures or images of any of this stuff?
Yeah, I got Justin Bieber, Will Smith's son, whatever his name is. Other females on the table, they was young. He was eating off them. A lot of entertainments in there. I got calls from certain of them wanting to get the tape out of my hand. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
And I have said that if this man testified to the grand jury, the feds had to have some reason to bring him in to actually testify against Diddy. But y'all let me know what you guys think about this man naming all of the people on the Diddy tapes in the comments.
50 Cent, Diddy, Usher, and Justin Bieber points to a larger issue within celebrity culture. In many cases, power gathers at the top, while younger artists carry most of the risk. Responsibility often seems slow to catch up. Youth is promoted as fresh and exciting, close access to influential figures is described as guidance, and keeping quiet is praised as being professional. Over time, this creates an atmosphere where uneven relationships feel normal instead of concerning. This conversation is not about blaming one person for everything. It is about patterns that appear again and again, often leading to similar outcomes. When the same setup keeps bringing the same results, it forces us to think more carefully. At what stage do we stop ignoring the structure behind it all and finally admit that the system itself plays a major role?
You think he has a mole or an informant in his camp that's cooperating?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Listen, bro. Just doing law enforcement myself, just take for instance. I think the individual was a Syracuse former basketball player named Jason Barnes or Beard or something like that. He already had drug charges against him. The day Diddy house get raided, they catch him getting on a plane and they put him into custody. Didn't that sound a little weird? People didn't catch that. They either put him in custody for a couple of reasons. You understand? One, to make a witness out of him, or to safeguard him and protect him for anything that could happen to him, because they had already stated, allegedly, that he was some kind of mule for the people over there at Diddy's house. So now, with that information, that he was already known by the government for drug charges, wouldn't that be an individual that you use? I'm gonna give you something different. And I'm gonna give you something else that people don't even think. On the other day, I seen on the video that Puff had ran into Justin Bieber. They met up, and he started tapping him as if he was searching him and see if he had some kind of device on. Did you see that?
Yep.
Check this out. What if the federal government have already talked to Justin Bieber? And Diddy did that on tape. That means in his mind, he think this person may be a witness, right?